Hey y'all, Courtney B from the Pulp of Wood, and today I am going to make a video. Now listen, I've got a new setup. Brutus, would you go in the other room, please? My dog. Sorry y'all. Stop, Brutus. Go lay down. He's wanting to get into the camera. This is going to be my setup. I have decided, you know, I've done different views, different ways, different videos, but this right here is how I'm going to be doing the rest of my videos, unless it's, you know, like a different type of video. But anyhow, so today I am going to do, and I put this paper, I took a shot of this paper and put it on my public Facebook group, Paper Beads Galore, and I think this is going to be so pretty for St. Patty's Day. I know there's Valentine's Day in between, but I really like this paper. Like, it's one of my favorites. So, I love green. Anyhow, I picked up like 3-4 of them, something like that. So, in case I liked it. So, I think what I'm going to do today, since I don't make very many 1/2" tube beads. That's so hard for me to say. Tube beads. Since I don't make very many tube bead videos, I'm going to do some tube beads. So, I'm just measuring out here. If you guys... Brutus! Hold on a second, y'all. Brutus, go on. Go. You out. Sorry, guys. My dog was trying to get into my Valentine's Day tree. So, anyhow... See if you guys can see it a little tiny bit better. Naturally, it's going to be a little bit, well, maybe it's not going to be blurry. Okay. I just used my phone to shoot, so, yeah, it focuses sometimes and sometimes it doesn't, so I apologize if it's not focusing. So, okay. For those of you who are new here, here's how you measure and cut out tube beads. These are going to be 1/2". So you just take your ruler, go along the long side of the paper. You could go on the short side of the paper, but you're not going to get as many beads. So go along the long side of the paper, and you just measure every 1/2". Every 1/2". And they don't have to be perfect, just as long as it's around about 1/2". Y'all know my beads are not perfect by any means. And then you go on the other side of the paper, same thing, every 1/2". I love that awkward silence. Oh my, that's funny. Okay, so you're going to take your ruler, and if y'all already know how to do tube beads, I apologize, but you know, for any new followers or anybody who's just stumbling across my video and don't know what the heck paper beads are, this is how you measure them. So you just take your ruler and you go along, meet up both sides of the marks with both sides of your ruler here, and you just make your mark, and you just keep on going. Y'all know I don't usually do a whole piece of paper for a video because I don't want to like bore y'all. So just gonna be doing I'll probably do 1/2 the paper. And if you guys would like to get more, even more, which I like to do for my 1-inch tube beads, but for my 1/2-inch tube beads, since they're smaller, I usually like to do the whole piece of paper, or the whole strip. But if you want to get more out of it, then you just go along the top of the page and you just measure right into your middle mark, and you know, let's see if you guys can see it, to the middle of the page there. Make your mark, do the same thing on the bottom, and then go to the top, you know, do your mark, do your line right down the middle, and then you can cut it, and you'll have 2 instead of just 1. But for 1/2-inch beads, I usually don't like to do that, so, because it makes them thinner. And for the 1/2-inch ones, I just like them to be a little thicker. For the 1-inch tube beads, I don't mind doing that. I usually do that, in fact, because I usually like the thinner beads for the 1-inch. So you just cut these out. Just cut along the line. Cut along the line, y'all. So how is your guys' day today? Mine is going pretty good. It is very dreary outside, though, and rainy and nasty in southern Indiana. But I like days like this most of the time. Every once in a while, I won't like a day like this. I'll need the sunshine, but for the most part, I like dreary, cold, gloomy, rainy days. Probably just because it gives me an excuse to stay in the house. I'm a homebody. I do like to shop, but for the most part, I like to be home. These are going to be pretty paper. They're going to look really nice glazed too. And that's another thing. I'm going to do a video on glazing, y'all. I would love to do a video on glazing my beads again. I've done a previous video that I got listed here, but I just like to do another one, updated one, and show you guys different beads, how they look. So, okay. Now, I've got my glue here. Just regular clear school glue. You can use the white school glue. You can use any kind of school glue. Actually, you can use any kind of glue you want, probably. I just use school glue, and it works just fine. And I've got my little cutting board here so that I don't get my desk all nasty. You guys be proud of me. And this bead roller I'm going to use today is my bigger bead roller. This is how it looks. That's how wide it is, the tip of it. You guys can see that good? Yeah, so that's the bead roller that I'm going to be using today. So, let's take my paper in here. These are going to be nice beads for a necklace. St. Patty's Day necklace. Or just a spring necklace, you know. I don't think I'm exactly lined up there. Nope, I wasn't. And that's how it looks on the bead roller. And you just slide it off the bead roller. And like I said, you know, in previous videos, I just like to tap the bottom here and make sure that everything is even. Yeah, and that's how it looks. That's the pretty big bead hole. I like those though. Oh, you know what? I didn't get one of my bowls to hold my beads in. Here, I'll use this. This is a little paper bowl I made the other day. I did a video on that too, y'all. If you haven't watched that, I posted it a couple days ago. So yeah, you guys can watch that too. Not this bowl, but I show you guys how I make paper bowls. Just line it up there. Trying to get my fingers out of the way so you guys can see me rolling the bead. I was testing out nail polish the other day in the store. I ended up buying all of them because I liked them. And now I just have to find the time to do my nails. Let me know if you guys like this view better. I think it's much better. In fact, I have an old YouTube channel, a previous YouTube channel that I only made just a very few videos on. And I used this view in my other channel. I was sitting at my dining room table though because I did not have my craft room at the time. But I was watching one of those videos the other day. In fact, the paper bowl video that I posted to this channel was from my previous channel. And so I just took that down from that channel and moved it to this one. But yeah, I was watching it and I was like, you know what? Why in the world am I trying all these different positions for, you know, recording whenever that one was probably the best one? You could see my hands, you could see pretty good. So I think I'm just going to do all my videos with this view because I think it's the best. Let me know what you guys think. These are pretty. These are pretty, y'all. They turned out really nice. Look at those. Whoop! Don't go flying. See, you can see the designs. I like them. Those turned out pretty. I can also use these for scrapbooking too because, yeah, I like to make little accents on my pages. Scrapbook. Which reminds me, I need to get going on my daughter's scrapbook. I have 4 kids, if you guys don't know. And I plan on giving my kiddos a scrapbook of all their school years, you know, of them growing up and everything for their graduation. And my oldest daughter is graduating this year. She's graduating in May or June. Whoops, that one slipped a little bit. Sometimes that happens. See, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I didn't line it up very good, the edge of the paper, and it slipped a little bit. This is what it looks like. See, you can see a little edge of the paper, not perfect, but that's okay because they're just paper beads. I can tap that down a little bit, and this one, this side as well. Just kind of flatten it out a little bit and that'll look just fine. See? Looks just fine. I like that white on there. That makes it nice, different bead there. But anyway, yeah, my daughter, she graduates in May or June, the beginning of June. I don't know the official date yet, I don't think, but I need to get her scrapbook done because, yeah, I'm not done with it yet. And I've got a lot left to do. at the rate I'm going, she may get it for her wedding gift instead of her graduation gift. So yeah. But it's hard when you have 4 kiddos and you want a scrapbook in each one of them, but you don't have enough time to do, you know. And I don't know about y'all, but silly as this may sound, I'm always afraid that, like, if I start on my oldest and work through her entire scrapbook and not work on the other kiddos' scrapbooks at all, you know, just to get hers done, I'm like, well, what if something happens to me, heaven forbid, and then, you know, the other kids are left with no scrapbook at all, like not even started or anything. So I work on everybody's scrapbook. Whenever I work on scrapbooking, I work on a little bit on everybody's. Because I figure if something happened to me or something, then at least each one of the kids would have a little bit of a scrapbook. Am I right? Maybe it's just me being silly thinking that way, but that's just how I think. I'm glad I got this cutting board because it works out really nice for, you know, whenever I use I was using my desk before and making marks on my desk, and I actually have a bunch of lap desk, and I love using lap desk, but I would get that glue on the lap desk and I wouldn't clean it for months and just keep on using the lap desk with grimy glue on it, and it looked just awful. And one of y'all suggested to me to get a cutting board, and I thought, that's a pretty good idea. So I went to the Dollar Tree and Dollar Something Tree, and I got me this round cutting board, and it's been working out pretty good. It's saving my desk because, I mean, this is a cheap desk I got from Walmart. It's not a great desk by any stretch of the word because it's really flimsy actually, but I got it because it was white and I really wanted it to match my decor, and I was shopping that day and I thought, you know, I'm just gonna buy it. It was only $50, I think. $40, $50? $50? I think it was 50. But, you know, it's just a cheap desk. You get what you pay for, but I don't mind. The only time I use it is when I make videos anyways. I'm primarily sitting in my recliner over there with my little desk over there doing my beads. So, yeah. These turned out good, guys. I love these. So, this is how they look after I'm done. Just made a little handful here just so you guys can see what they look like. I like these. Those are going to be really nice when they're real shiny. So yeah, there was my video for today, guys. 1/2 inch green tube beads. So yeah, if you guys would like to get social and follow me and my beads, you can, and my bead rollers. I make these and sell these on in my Etsy shop. But if you guys want to follow us, then you can follow me on my public Facebook group. You can join my public Facebook group. It's Paper Beads Galore, and we just, you know, trying to build a little community of people that can post, you know, their paper projects and paper beads and videos and stuff like that, and ask for advice and, you know, all that kind of stuff on paper projects. And yeah, you guys are more than welcome to join. The more the merrier. And then I'll have my Etsy shop and my Instagram, link down below in the description. I'm not super active on my Instagram, but I am trying. So anyhow, yeah. So if you guys like the video, hit the like button, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.